च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। रामकृष्णाय ते नमः।
Last Sunday, we were studying the first few verses of the 6th chapter of the Gita. Particularly, we ended with the 5th and 6th verses, where we have been given a message. Stand on your own feet. Build up your own life. Don't neglect it. So, Krishna said, Uddharedatman Atmanam. Raise yourself by yourself. Don't let yourself down. For you are your own friend, you are your own enemy. How? When you discipline the inner energies within, you become your own friend. If you leave them to themselves, they become chaotic, you become your own enemy. These are two great verses conveying a profound truth of human education and human development. Up to the age of 4 and 5, we can help the child. Afterwards, the child must start helping itself little by little. By the time you are 18 and 20, you must be able to stand on your own feet, build up your own life, discipline your inner energies, develop high character. All that is your own work. If you neglect it, you will be acting as your own enemy in many situations. That was expounded last Sunday from various points of view. Now today, Sri Krishna continues this subject. This is the chapter on meditation, and preliminary ideas are being given before we come to the actual technique of meditation. So he says here, verse 7, Jitatmana prashantasya paramatma samahitaha shetoshna sukhadukkeshu tatha manapamanayoho. Jitatmana, whoever has conquered his own inner energies. Atma means the body sometimes, sense organs, mind, and in its own sense it means the infinite self. So the body also is Atma. So far as the chair is concerned, the body is the Atma which sits on the Anatma which is the chair. So from body onwards, Vedanta uses the word Atma to all these various constituents of personality. But really, the pure self is the real Atman. And the self within the self, the divine self, one in all. So in order to characterize it, they use the word Paramatman, Supreme Self. The word Atman is enough. But sometimes Paramatman, Supreme Self, is used at various levels. We understand the truth, and so at a lower level, if you understand the Atman, then the real Atman will be Paramatman, the Supreme Self, the Divine Himself. So, Jitatmanaha, here we conquer. We conquer the Atman. What is the Atman? Body, sensory system, manas. These constitute the Atman here. Jitatmanaha, conquer yourself, discipline yourself. Prashantasya, out of that will come real tranquility, real peace. Peacelessness obtains at the sensory level, at the mental level. Above that, everything is peace. And so at this level, we have to concentrate to discipline these energies, then you will become tranquil. Chitatmana prashantasya paramatma samahitaha. He becomes fully established and concentrated in the Supreme Self. By this only we can achieve the Supreme Self. Where there is chaotic inner life, you can't have the experience of the Atman. It's a very beautiful idea. One of the famous neurologists, Professor Barcroft of Cambridge, telling the students, you can't get high intellectual development in an individuality where its inner energies have not been stabilized. Unless you stabilize its inner energies, higher intellectual development cannot come, higher moral development cannot come, higher spiritual development cannot come, we can also add. So even for intellectual development, we need a stabilization at the lower level. That is called homeostasis in technical language. We have to achieve it ourselves. Nature has given us a physical homeostasis, the stabilization of our inner system, physical system. But the mental homeostasis we have to achieve ourselves, for which nature has given us the organic capacity, our beautiful cerebral system. So, Paramatma samahitaha, chetoshna sukha-dukkheshu, tatha manapamanayo. The various changing aspects of our daily life, the mind remains steady all the time. The external events are changing all the time. The inner mind remains the same. That is the meaning of the statement. This prashantasya, when you are prashanta, whether you are honored, dishonored, whether it is cold or hot, in every situation, the mind remains calm and steady. That is the purpose of yoga. Yoga alone gives man freedom. We are not free. We are subject to nature's pressure. But when you take the yoga, you slowly experience, yes, I am free. I am free. It is a truth. It is a truth. I did not be at the dictate of external forces. This is a profound truth which in the modern age is very much needed. We are so much controlled, directed, conditioned by the external forces. We have lost our own inner integrity as a self. Therefore, this yoga is very important for every human being today. And fortunately, people are pursuing this subject increasingly all over the world. Then, the next sloka says, verse 8, Jnana Vijnana Triptatma Kutastho Vijitendriya Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi Samaloshtashma Kanchana. At this stage of life, when external things do not attract you, do not enslave you, you become free, steady within, then that person is described here. He is truly a yogi, yuktaha, well established in yoga. How? Jnana Vijnana Triptatma, satisfied with jnana and vijnana. Two words. Jnana here is merely the pros and cons of things, the technical know-how of things. That's called jnana. All about yoga we study. All about Brahmajnana we study. That's called jnana. But when you experience the truth contained in the study, that's called vijnana, the experience of it. It's not enough that you know the theory. You must experience it. In spiritual life, that is the most important thing. Any amount of technical knowledge, theoretical knowledge is of no use at all. But an ounce of practice is far superior to tons of study and theory. Therefore, Jnana Vijnana Suptatma, who is satisfied with Jnana and Vijnana, not only by Jnana, Kutastho, he becomes steady, absolutely steady. As our teachers often express it, be like the anvil in the blacksmith's shop. How many iron pieces are hammered and shaped and sent out, but this fellow remains absolutely steady. That is the example given. So Kutastho, Vijitendriya, has conquered all the senses. They can't do what they like. Without my permission, no sense organ will function. I am the master here. Nature also intended that the sense organs must be mastered by the man himself. That's why the cerebral system that is kept in the capital, in the head of the human being, to control the entire sensory system. That is nature's intention. But very often, even nature's intention, we don't try to realize in our life. Therefore, the cerebral system becomes a slave to the sensory system. That is very unfortunate, and today that is the condition of most human beings, that their entire thinking power is controlled and directed by their sensory appetites. They are the master. This is only a servant. Just like in common language we say, the dog's head wags the tail normally. But if the tail begins to wag the head of the dog, that will be hopeless. And most people are in that condition. The sensory system controls and directs the cerebral system. It has no independence at all. But it is meant to make us independent of the sensory system, take us to higher levels of life development according to neurology. So, he says there, Vijitendriya, such a person is Yukta Ityuchyate. He is called Yukta. Well established in yoga. There is yogi, that is the yogi. And his mind has a wonderful quality. His evaluation of things will be different from yours and mine. We evaluate in terms of sensory attraction, sensory nourishment, etc. He has no sensory attraction. So he doesn't evaluate in that way. So it is put here, Samaloshta Ashma Kanchana. Loshta is a piece of stone, and Ashma Kanchana. The gold, mud, stone, these are just the same to him. That is the attitude. These are meant only for sensory satisfaction. They have no value beyond the sensory level of man. Therefore, at this stage, we develop that wonderful quality of samatva. Samaloshta Ashma Kanchana. Loshta Ashma Kanchana. All the three, we are absolutely even in our reaction to them. Ramakrishna practiced it, saying, Taka Mati, Mati Taka. Taka means rupee. Rupee is mud is rupee. And threw both into the Ganges. Its value is only physical satisfaction. No other value they have. Whether peace of mind, moral elevation, spiritual development, nothing can come through money. Only eating, drinking, and pleasure. Nothing else it can give. And so, this idea comes again and again. Samaloshta Ashma Kanchana. As soon as you step on the road of yoga, you develop this capacity. These are ordinary things. We become indifferent to them. We don't need them much. Just for maintenance of life, a decent human life, that's all. No extra energy is spent on them. That is the attitude that we develop. Once you go beyond the sensory level of life, that's called yoga. Going beyond the sensory level of life is called yoga. From there you begin your yoga. So, Samaloshta Ashma Kanchana. That is the attitude of such a person. These are all natural. There is no particular sort of a pressure to give up this and give up that, nothing. No sense of loss you will find, no sense of sacrifice even. The whole thing is so natural. I am in search of something profound, something deep, compared to which these are all very ordinary. that attitude comes, then we achieve God. How can these little worldly things attract a person? These are nothing, just the dust particles. That language. This is the experience of man. Millions of people have experienced it. We have to remember it today. If there is evil in society, it is entirely due to this overvaluing ordinary things, sensory things. Too much value we have put on them. All higher things have been completely eliminated. But here is the teaching. And millions have practiced this teaching. Samaloshta ashma kanchana. I don't need it. I don't want it. I've got something better. I've got something better. Ram Ratan maine payo. I've got the great gem of Rama in my heart. What do I care for these things? That's what the bhaktas recite. So that is not a mere theory. It's an experience. People who have it, they live it. And we can see in them this quality. And there is no struggle. There is no sense of privation. Everything is done naturally. So, samaloshta ashma kanchana. That's a special expression. Then comes another quality of such a person. Suhrin mitra udasina madhyastha dveshabandhushu sadhushrapicha papeshu samabuddhir vishishyate. That samabuddhi, that equanimous vision, highly praised in the Gita. 5th chapter also we had that samabuddhi, equal-mindedness in all these situations. That is referred to another situation. What is that? Suhrit, a friend who is always your well-wisher. That's called a suhrit in Sanskrit. Friend who is always your well-wisher. That is your suhrit. And mitra. Mitra means merely friend. Suhrit mitra. Udasina, the indifferent person. This is just neither here nor there. Udasina. Then madhyastha, one who is equal to both sides. Madhyastha is like something arbitrated. That madhyastha. Madhyastha dvesha, who is your enemy. Bandhu, your relation. Sadhu, good people. Papeshu, sinful people. Among all these people, samabuddhi, the mind is equal in reaction in all these situations. Vishishyate, that is most excellent to have this attitude. This only can come only by a little advance in the path of yoga, in the path of spiritual awareness. These are all minor things. If somebody scolds you or abuses you, in spiritual life, they won't give you any kind of trauma. It is just like a small flea bite, that's all. That strength comes from within, because we are in touch with something greater. These are not going to disturb me at all, my peace of mind. But I am intensely worldly. Any one of these can upset my peace of mind. But once you take one step into spiritual life, these external pressures lose their pressure on you. They become passing events, that is all. This can be experienced by everyone. How to reduce the impact of this on your mind? Not by sheer willpower that cannot sustain too long, but your mind is hooked on to something higher. Therefore, these things are nothing. They are very ordinary to me. Let him speak. Let him, doesn't matter. That attitude. You cannot have it without that spiritual first step in yoga. Afterwards, everything becomes steady. And so, Suhran Mitra, Udasina Madhyastha Dveshabandhushu, Sadhushrapicha Papeshu, Samabuddhi, Vishishyate, is highly commended. This Samabuddhi is highly praised in the Gita. Therefore, this is one such expression. In the 5th chapter it came, again it will come in 13th chapter. Samatva, Samadarshitva, Samabuddhi, etc., etc. Then, Yogi Yunjita Satatam, Atmanam Rahasisthitaha, Ekaki Yatachittatma, Nirashir Aperigraha. Having said all this, that great achievement of yoga, what qualities come out of that achievement, what character strength. After that, now we enter into the technique of yoga practice. And so in this verse 10, Krishna advises such people To yogi yunjita satatam. If you want to be a yogi, you have to practice constantly. How to deal with this mind, how to shape it, how to make it pure, how to make it concentrated. It is a good job. You have to be very active in it. Satatam, yogi yunjita satatam. How? Atmanam, rahasi sthitaha. Alone, not in a crowd. Rahasi sthitaha. Mind can be handled nicely only in a quiet place, not in a place where it is constantly disturbed by external forces. So rahasi sthitaha. Not only so, ekaki, alone, not in a crowd, not with other people, because other people have no value there. Once you try to go beyond the sensory level, there is no other people at all. Even though somebody is sitting next to you, you are not in touch with him. You are in a different world entirely. He is also in a different world. So ekaki comes automatically when you sit in meditation. You may be in a crowd, but you are alone. That aloneness is a great quality of meditation. Husband, wife, children, all sitting together. But once they start meditation, there is no husband, wife and children. You are in a world of your own. That is aloneness. A wonderful experience. How to enjoy that aloneness. And we shall realize we are not truly alone. That through yoga, we shall come in touch with a profound divine being hidden in your own heart. Only two of you will be there then. Nobody else will be there. But this takes long time, long practice, and that technique is being expounded here. Ramakrishna used to sing, Apnate apne te ko mon, yevana karo ghare. O mind, stay within yourself. Don't go to anybody's house. Tumi ami dekha pave. You and I, we shall see. Arkevana dekha pave. Nobody else will see. We are just alone and the divine is there. Nobody else. Now, this is a high state of mind. We are entering into it, and through steady practice and through ethical and moral life, we shall be able to advance in that direction. So, yogi yunjita satatam atmanam. Always try to discipline and control yourself, inner forces, and thus practice yoga constantly. Rahasisthitaha, remaining alone, in silence, in quiet. Ekaki, without any company or crowd. Yatachitta atma, with the body and mind under discipline. Yata means discipline. Yati, was really controlled and disciplined. Chitta atma, chitta as well as atma, here again the body. Ekaki, yata chitta atma. Nirashi, no desire for the mind to go out, run out. Ekaki, yata chitta atma. Nirashi. Aparigraha, not at all. Taking gifts from people. So many gifts are given, go on taking. That mind is gone. Aparigraha is a great virtue in yoga, in the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra also. When I am a worldly person, I need help from people. In this path, none of those things will be helpful to us. After all, they can give me money or furniture, this and that. But I don't find any use for them. And so, aparigraha, it comes automatically. This wonderful virtue. I don't need. I'm not in search of them. I'm in search of something higher. So, nirashi aparigraha. Then, shuchau deshe pratisthapya. Sukham asanam atmanaha nathyustritam natinecham chelajana kushottaram. That it is a science is understood from the way the subject is described here. The whole thing is a science. Precision, what to do, how to do, everything is mentioned here. So what does it say? The next 11th sloka. Select a clean place. Tuchau deshe. For what? For this meditation. To establish your seat of meditation. Tuchau deshe pratisthapya. Thiram asanam atmana. A steady seat, not shaky. That kind of thing. The asana must be steady. Then only the body can be steady, the mind can be steady. A shaky asana is no use. And so, Tuchau deshe pratisthapya. Thiram asanam atmanaha. Then again detail is given. Very, very thoughtful observation. Natyutritam, nati nicham. Neither too high nor too low. Both are harmful for meditation. You may tumble down or things may fall on you. All these are possible. Water may accumulate if you are in a deep pit-like place. So, natyutritam, nati nicham. Kelajina kushottaram. Three things are needed for the seat. First, ordinary matting, grass matting. That is for avoiding that kind of dampness. Over that, the deer skin. And over that, a piece of cotton cloth, soft. Chela, jina, kusha. There are three things, one by one. Lowest one and the highest one. What a beautiful detailed description is given and very rational, reasonable description. Chela, jina, kushottaram. Having prepared the seat, now you are the experimenter in the science of yoga. This is the preparation for it, like a laboratory. Then what will you do? Tatraikagram manakrutva. Yatachittendriya kriyaha upavishyasane yunjyat yogam atma vishuddhaye. There, ekagram manakrutva. Try to make the mind one-pointed, sitting there. Yatachittendriya kriyaha, it is. By regulating and controlling the activities, chitta and indriya, mind and the sensory system, they are always active. I am here to regulate them. I am here to control them. I am here to master them. Then only I can achieve the highest development. With that thought in view, sit there and practice yoga. Yata, chitta, indriya, kriya. Activities or processes or sense organs and the mind. Upaveshyasane bhunjyat. Sitting on that seat, this is how you begin your yoga practice. Upaveshyasane yunjyat. Yogam. Practice yoga. For what purpose? Atma vishuddhaye. To purify our inner self. We have not to bring about the divine there. Divine is already there. But these obstructions are there. You have to remove all of them. Then the divine manifests itself. Like fire in the ashes. The fire is there, but the ashes won't allow you to see the fire. Remove the ashes, fire will be manifested. Here it is a question of manifestation. You don't create the divine within. It's already there. So, yunjyat yogam atma vishuddhaye. Then, again, further instruction is given how careful they are, not a scientific approach to the subject. Samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan achalam siraha sampreksha nasikagram swam dishascha anavalokayan. There, keep your body straight. The three parts of the body, shira, griva and kaya. Body and neck and the head. The trunk, neck and head must be straight, steady. The entire vertebral system should be steady. That is one. Samam kaya shiro grivam. Kaya, shira, griva. Kaya is the body, the trunk. Shira is the head, griva is the neck. They must be in a steady pose. Bending sitting is not allowed. It will be bad for the person concerned. Therefore, this is emphasized, a steady body. Alert. There's a sign of alertness. Samam kaya shiro grivam. Dharayan achalam. absolutely steady, no movement at all. Body may be straight, but maybe chalam. That should not be. Absolutely achalam. Stiraha, steady. Na sampreksha nasikagram swam. Mind is in concentration on the Atman. At that state, the eyes will be absolutely steady. As if, Shankara uses the word as if, looking on the tip of the nose. Tip of the nose is not the object of meditation, but as if you are looking at the tip of the nose, the whole eyeballs are centered there because the mind is centered in the Atman. This is needed for that. So he has used the word as if. It's not exactly meditating on the tip of the nose. That is not the subject here. Subject is the Atman. And so, sampreksha nasikagram swam, dishascha anavalokayanya, not looking about here and there, left and right, the sides. We should not wander the mind there. That means we are now within this human system, going inwards. The outer thing is left behind. That is how we begin this science of yoga, this technique of yoga practice. Prashantatma vigadabhi brahmachari vrate sthitaha manas samyamya machitto yukta asita mattaraha. Prashantatma, very, very tranquil mind. Prashantatma. Then vigadabhi, fearless. All fear gone. We are going to achieve that state of fearlessness. As a creature in this world, we are subject to fear. Animals, insects, birds, and human beings, all are subject to fear. But here, we are going to achieve true fearlessness. In no other way can we achieve fearlessness except by spiritual realization. There is no other way. Nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya. Upanishad would say, there is no other path. There is no other path to achieve this kind of fulfillment. And so, vikatadhi, free from all fear. Yes. Samshay is a manas samshay yukta asita mattaraha. Injanya evam vikatadhi. Brahmachari prataye sthitaha. Established in the practice of brahmacharya, including holy studies or service to the Guru. All this is part and parcel of the brahmacharya vrata along with chastity. Manas samyamya matchitto, thus disciplining the mind and fixing it on me, Krishna says here, as the inner self of all. Matchitto, yukta asita mattara. Be steady and be established entirely in me and the goal of all the struggle that you are doing. Krishna is called Yogeshwara. We are in search of the Yogeshwara through yoga. In the last verse, you will get this word in the Gita at the end, 700th verse. Tatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Krishna is the master of yoga. So, matchittaha asita mattaraha. Always keep yourself fixed, your mind fixed on me. All this struggle is only for that, to become one with the divine. That is a great achievement, and that makes you one with all, because the divine is in all beings. This is the individual becoming universal, here and now, in this very body. Then, thus, when you practice, what happens? Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamanusaha shantim nirvana paramam mat samstham adhigacchati. Thus, practicing yoga, yunjannevam, always sada atmanam, using oneself as a great instrument to achieve this spiritual development through yoga. When you do so, niyatamanusaha, with disciplined mind, you achieve Shanti, great peace. What is that peace? Peace that will lead you to Nirvana, complete spiritual realization, transcending this world of duality and relativity, etc. That's called Nirvana, where all this relativity is transcended. In that state, the state achieved by Buddha, achieved by many great sages. So Nirvana Paramam Shantim. Shanti that comes out of that Nirvana, that leads Nirvana, that comes out of Nirvana. Nirvana Paramam Shantim. Mat Samstham. That Nirvana state is established in me, and the Supreme Divine in the heart of all. In me, people realize their real fullness. So Mat Samstham Adhigacchati. You achieve that state. This is a brief description of the yoga practice from beginning, preparing a seat and steadying your body and mind, then going deeper, all finished in a short statement of a few verses. Now, certain directions are given if you have to achieve success in this path. Our country has seen people doing all sorts of austerities, fasting for a long time, standing on one leg in the hot sun, all sorts of things. Even Christian mystics in the early period have done lot of such austerities. And the greatest teachers have said they are useless, meaningless. There have been Christian mystics who have beaten their body with sticks constantly just to go beyond the body consciousness. But the greatest teachers never allow this kind of senseless physical mortification. So a sane attitude, the spiritual life is come through the yoga. It came through Buddha. He also did lot of mortification, fasting. He became very weak, prolonged fasting, and then sitting in meditation to realize the truth. Ultimately, in Buddha's words, you will find addressing his monks, I outdid everybody else in physical mortification. I fasted, and then one day I just wanted to stand up. I had no strength, I fell down. I touched my belly here, and it touched my backbone. So weak I had become. Then the thought came to me, what a foolish thing I am doing. This body is the only instrument I have with which I can realize the highest truth. I am weakening it. I am doing something very wrong. No, I shall not do it. Then came that great message, what you call Madhyapantha, the middle path. Not too much austerity, not too much sensory indulgence, but a middle path. Indulgence just to keep the body and mind in good condition. Rest of the time, devote yourself to spiritual practice. That is the Madhyapantha, which later on Buddha expounded to the 5 disciples at Sarnath in Benares after his enlightenment. The same idea comes here in the Gita. In healthy spiritual life, there is no place for this senseless mortification, useless, sterile asceticism. No place at all. We can see the language of Krishna in this connection. It says, Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikantam anashnataha nachati swapnashilasya jagrito neva Arjuna. Arjuna, one who eats too much cannot be a yogi. One who does not eat at all, only fasting, he also cannot be a yogi. See, both are there. Atyashnatastu, ati means too much. Ashna means eating. Similarly, nachaikantam anashnataha, for long periods practicing fasting. That man also cannot become a yogi. Similarly, nachati swapnashilasya, who sleeps too much, very sleepy, hours together sleeping, he can't be a yogi. Then Jagrata Naivata Arjuna, who doesn't sleep at all, wants to keep awake all the time, that man also cannot become a yogi. This is the negative side. Positive side is given to us in the next verse. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. What a beautiful statement. How much of sanity you find in the statement. Yukta ahara viharasya. Moderate in ahara and vihara. That means food and recreation. Yukta ahara viharasya. Yukta cheshtasya. Moderate in work. Overworking is not good. And laziness is also not good. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Yukta swapnavabodhasya. Moderate in sleep and in waking. To such a person, yoga becomes the remover of all sorrow, of all suffering. Yogo bhavati dukkha. That is how we can achieve the fruit of yoga. This is the wisest advice given to a practitioner of spiritual life. People have done all sorts of ascetic practices. Even now people do, without knowing the truth expounded by great teachers like Buddha, Krishna, Patanjali and others. They have their own, what you call, inclination. They follow that. No such good can come by such practice. And so, this is the instruction given to us. Yogo bhavati dukkha. If sorrow is to be overcome through yoga, these qualities, these methods must be adopted. Otherwise, it won't be yoga, it will be something else. So, a true yogi is just a normal human being, healthy. Only his search is for something deeper, and it is inward, not outward. Outward he has finished. He has discharged his responsibilities. He had a family, married off the children. He is free now. Then he can have this thing as the greatest experiment of his life. For those who are from youth itself devoted to this, wonderful. We have no attraction that side, not from this itself. Both are welcome. Spiritual life and yoga can begin at any time, at any stage of life. Whenever you feel that you are fit for it, you enter into it. There is no use to hurry up one's method. I am not fit for it now. I have got many other things to do. Okay, there is no harm. When it is time, you will get it. Ramakrishna gives the parable. A boy told his mother while going to bed, "Mother, when I feel the call of nature, please wake me." Mother said, "When the call of nature comes, that will wake you. I did not wake you at all." So similarly, the hunger for the divine, when it comes, you cannot resist it. And it comes sometime to everybody. So when it comes, take hold of it. That's a great thing. Don't neglect it then. And so, this is how great teachers advise us. Unnecessary physical austerities are not prescribed by the greatest of teachers. Once a group of women came from Calcutta to Dakshineshwar to see Sri Ramakrishna. Unfortunately, Sri Ramakrishna was out at the time in Calcutta, and these people waited. And Ramakrishna returned, and they went to him, saluted, and they said, "We are fasting all the time. We will eat only after we see you." Ramakrishna immediately said, "Never do so. Don't fast. I will feel very unhappy if you fast before seeing me. Take food and then come. I don't like women to undergo this kind of austerity for nothing." That is a very beautiful saying in the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. So here we have this achievement of yoga, from which you get everything. Yukta ahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, Yukta Swapnavabodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukkha. Very beautiful statement it is. Now, Krishna will take us to that process of meditation and what happens during meditation and what comes out of meditation as your spiritual achievement. These form a series of beautiful verses which we shall take up next Sunday when we meet again for the Gita class. We shall spend towards the end, at the end of the function. धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Salutations to thee, Sri Ramakrishna, who came to establish dharma in the world, not any particular dharma, but the embodiment of all dharmas, a profound divine manifestation. To him be our salutation. There is a small function today that is to present the check by the State Bank of India to an institution serving mentally retarded people, children. Yes. There we will refer to it. Radha Institute for Mentally Retarded. I had gone there once long ago. I am glad that is being done now. They need help, and that help is coming just now. The check from the State Bank of India. Donation of 43,000 rupees by the State Bank. Please come forward, both of you, and the receiver also, Tuguna.
Vice President of Radha Institute for Mentally Handicapped, devotees of Ramakrishna Math, who have assembled here and have heard Swami discourse with vast attention, ladies and gentlemen. When Lord Rama, Lakshmana, Hanuman, and thousands of Vanara Bhaktas were constructing a bridge over the ocean to reach Lanka, a small squirrel started helping them with that work. Lord Rama was immensely pleased with the humble contribution of that small squirrel. Our State Bank of India's donation of 43,000 to Radha Institute of Mentally Handicapped, mentally retarded, is like that squirrel's contribution, humble contribution in this Mahayajna, giving a life of dignity and health to the mentally retarded. Radha Institute of Mentally Retarded is a noble institution run by the equally noble lady, Srimati Sunanda Devi. In this vast country of ours, where millions of people are below the poverty line, where millions of people even do not get full 2 meals a day, where war against hunger, war against illness, war against illiteracy is still unfinished. The need for compassion, seva, and humanism is boundless. It is our good fortune that this humble donation made by the State Bank of India to this institute is being given to the hands of respected Swami Ranganathananda in the sacred premises of Ramakrishna. Just 2 days back, I had the good fortune of sharing the same platform with Swami in some other function. Swami then said in his address, service with reverence is worship. Service with reverence is worship, and seva to human beings is seva to Shiva. Service of mankind is service of God. To serve mentally retarded children requires tremendous compassion, stability, patience, sincerity, and commitment. I am glad that Radha Institute developed a name of this sincerity in serving the innocent and less fortunate children. I am deeply impressed with the sincerity of Srimati Sundar Devi and her dedicated kind of service when I visited the Institute on 15th August 1988. We also in the State Bank of India believe in veteran spirit in this great mission as a responsible corporate citizen. We have been also conducting blood donation camps, medical and heart checkups, family planning campaigns, veterinary camps, setting up a water hut, and such charitable ventures with the blessings of Swami. Today I am extremely delighted that this check is being handed over at the sacred hands of Swami Ranganathananda. There is a saying in Sanskrit that sadhunam darshanam punyam. Sadhunam darshanam punyam. The darshan of great personalities like Swami Ranganathananda itself is a great punyam. Sadhunam darshanam punyam. Person papalasana. Their touch has the power to destroy all things. Person papalasana. Sambhasanam Potitirtha. If you listen to their advice, listen to their preaching, it has the biasness of Potitirtha, millions of years. Today we have the privilege of hearing Swamiji's discourse with finger of silence. And Vandanam Mokshadana, if you salute them, if we pray them, then it leads to us for salvation. It gives us that eternal bliss. I now request Mr. Purohit to hand over the stage to Swami Ranganathananda and request Swamiji to bless Srimati Sundarevi and all of us so that we gather greater strength, greater sincerity, and greater courage in the service of the poor. Thank you.
sort of if our nation is to be truly progressive. So I like this project. Once I visited, mentally retarded people need lots of affection, lots of love. So also physically handicapped people need all this. I am very happy that such work is going on in this city, and that's why today's function is part of the Gita teaching. Seva, seva, seva. Service. The greatest yoga is service. That yoga by which you feel your oneness with all. Worship God in the form of the suffering of the weak people, etc. So service to the perfections must be encouraged again and again. That is practical Vedanta as taught by Swami Vivekananda. So here is Surendra doing that work with all the other colleagues together. We convey our good wishes to all of them. And everybody, they can run an institution. It requires tremendous capacity, dedication, etc. She has it. She does it on behalf of you and I. We are all a part of it, but we are not able to do our service, but we will help you. But go ahead, serve the people. That is our attitude. I'm very happy to be associated with this project in the form of this handing over of a check for 43,000